I may not be able to step out of my comfort zone if I didn't work with you or didn't find you to give me that almost like that validations or that comfort knowing that, okay, I'm going to be in good hand if I let go of this. Elizabeth's going to walk me through.
Welcome to the Elizabeth Yang Show, where we explore the benefits of diverse leaders expanding your brand authority online to create massive impact and happy sales. Now, let's dive in because your legendary life is waiting. Today, I have Mae Yang, financial strategist, joining me. How are you today, Mae?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. It's great to be here with you, Elizabeth. Thank you for having me.
Where are you joining us from? Where are you located?
I am located in Colorado, about 20-minute north of Denver.
That's awesome. So, May, you and I have been working together over a year on a few different things, but why don't you go ahead and tell people about who you are and what you do and what you provide in your business?
Again, my name is Mae Yang. I'm a financial strategist. I am the founder of Money Ahead Method. I work with working professional to take inventory of their finances, protect their hard-earned dollar, and how they can build wealth. So truly, I'm here to help you preserve your health, your life, and your money. I have been in the financial industry ever since 2015 on the business side. But even prior to that, I have always been working for the government entities for the last 12 years, and everything that I have done involves money, finances.
Specifically, financial crime. I had to learn that about from you, which is
Yeah.
pretty interesting as well too. May has been in this space, and you have tons of credentials and certifications as well too, including Medicare, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Yes, I am licensed in life and health. That means I'm licensed to do life insurance and Medicare. Health insurance only focus just on Medicare, just because my business model, it's all about retirement, and Medicare just falls into retirement as well. That is my focus.
Take us back a little bit. What caused you to decide to work with me?
I have been in the financial industry for ever since 2015, but it's almost like I have tried to do it myself and try to research and try to hold myself accountable. I came to a point where I only know what I know. I need somebody who can show me the way, can pave the way for me, or can give me the directions to where it's almost like, what can I do to get myself there faster? Try to DIY myself because I know I tried for the last, what, 6, 7 years, and I'm not getting the result I want. When I met you, just going through, I think one of your boot camps, I was in and out because I was just busy, but just observing and consuming your information, what you taught, I wanted what you were offering. I wanted what you're teaching. And I just knew that you are the person who's going to be able to get me there a lot quicker than if I were to DIY myself.
Yeah. At the time, you were still working full time and
Yes.
then you had your business part time or as a side hustle. You and I had talked about this already. You had worked with other marketing coaches and things like that before. What do you think was different? I know that you mentioned that you really wanted faster results, but what do you think was different that really helped inspired you to want to work with me?
I have worked with other mentors in the business world, but I feel at the same time, they're so busy on focusing on themselves. They're so busy focusing on their business as well. So it wasn't about me. I would say it's almost like you pay for what you get. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about my growth, my success, my business. I needed somebody who can shift their attention to focus on me and truly help me grow, and not just, I would say it's almost like when you work with somebody, for example, a mentor or a person who at the same time try to thrive in their business and try to make money in their businesses. They're not there 100% to focus on you. And at the same time, if they're not truly a business coach, they don't know how to guide you to be
Yeah,
successful
that's so
because they're still learning as well.
I think that's so powerful that you said that because I know that you're also a life insurance agent as well, on top of being certified in financials. I think that's so important because even though you're very familiar with this, you could have a mentor that can help you with building out your life insurance business, but they're just going to show you only that part of that business.
Right.
You are so multi passionate, multi talented, and you really saw your financial strategist business as life insurance just being one strategy to wealth building. It wasn't going to be the only strategy. That's really powerful for you to share that insight because
Not a lot of people think that. They just think, oh, I'm going to get one mentor who's going to show me how to sell life insurance and grow my business. But you felt like you had so much more to offer and you wanted to figure out how to integrate everything.
To bounce back on, for example, a coach who train and coach you how to sell. Let's just put it that way. They are only because that's all what they are there to do. So you only learn as much as what they know only. For example, if marketing is not their strong point, then you don't learn how to market. If they are traditional in the old school way of knocking a door, collect data and contact information, then you can only do so much and you can only learn so much. But if you get a coach who could teach you, for example, how to optimize your social media, how to sell through social media, how to sell through networking, how to sell with human connections, right? Then you are able to reach more and reach your financial goal faster, even and then meet your sales goal faster because that other person who knows more and who are there to support you to grow your business and to focus on you, they can actually help you to get there faster than a person who are trying to build a business at the same time, try to coach you and doesn't have all the resources.
Yeah, it's huge, especially as I know that I've said with you, especially in the online space, how important it is to be able to sell with the human connection because the services that you provide are what I would consider high value. It's not just $20. You're looking at life insurance policy anywhere from a few hundred to several thousand when it comes to family and household. That's just one service that you provide as a financial strategist, you sell life insurance, but what else do you offer your customers?
Outside of the Medicare and life insurance, I do have a program. It's called Ready Retire. It's where I coach working professionals how they can maximize their retirement, how they can diversify their financial resources and make the most out of their retirement so that they could truly get to enjoy the retirement and not waiting for that pensions or that 401k or that social security, but truly be able to retire on their terms.
You have the Medicare and the life insurance, and then you also have your ready to retire fast track program, which is more of the coaching, consulting, looking at everything. For those that don't know what that is it also looking at the life insurance? And then what other tools or areas do you focus on in that program?
In the program, I do the in depth with the analysis, looking at your not just money that you have, but pretty much paint the whole picture for you. I would do the financial analysis, looking at all of your finances, all of your coverages, including life, health, or even commercials.
401k, yep, all of that. Okay.
Yes, money you have saving in a bank account, how you can diversify. For example, if your goal is to maintain 100,000 a year when you retire, how are you going to maintain that and do the math for you and help you navigate and how you can best move your money around or what do you need if you don't have the money to move around in order to truly create that money when you need it. That's what I do.
Like a really holistic look at your client's whole entire money portfolio from 401k savings checking to credit to different policies that they may have, whether it's through the employer or obviously they purchase themselves as well as their family. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. May and I worked together in two capacity. The first one was through my 12-month online business mentoring program. The second way we worked together was through my Done For You Nurture program, which is booking appointments done on behalf of my clients. So, May, take us back a little bit about when you and I first started to work together. What sort of things started to change in your business? And what were some of those big aha moments early on in your business when you and I first started working
I
together?
remember before we worked together, I was still in corporate. And coming from corporate, especially my last employer, I worked for the DA's office. I was very protective about my identity. I wouldn't even use my real name. I only have less than 128 friends. I wouldn't even accept mutual friends if I don't personally know you. I wouldn't put anything public. It's all private, friends only. Then when I met you, I totally had to change all of that, put my real name out there. I had to show up consistently. I had to put contents out there and I had to semi switch my personal account into a semi business so that when people look at me, my personal account serve my business card.
Yeah.
Where if people want to know who's May, they will Google me or they will Facebook looking to my account and then they will be able to see this is where she lives, this is what she does. These are her links to her accounts or her business and things like that. I literally had to pour all of that out there, which was a big change for me.
Yeah, mindset wise, you remember you and I talking about that. And it was really going from invisible to visible. I still remember to this day what you said to me. May said, I can no longer be a secret agent in my business. I love
Oh, yes.
that.
It was almost a stigma where I was in corporate, I was having a good job, I was making decent money, and my family looked up to me out there. I also do insurance. I'm also a life insurance agent. So I was being so secretive about it. It's only family, close family and friends knows, but not the general public, not my mutual friends, not the community. And in order to put myself out there, I had to change my mindset, to change the way I look at things. I literally had to tell myself, so what? At the end of the day, who's paying my bill?
That's huge mindset. I remember May you sharing with me some of your wins early on. As soon as you made that whole switch with your social media profile, boom. I don't know how soon it was, but you got a high ticket sale like immediately. I want to say it was probably, I think within 2 weeks you made that switch and you're like, oh my gosh, I got a sale. And you're just like, That's it. That's all I did."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, sales happen when you're visible.
Not only that, but I would say ever since I worked with you, I have not spent money for ads or other marketing to get clients. Just do warmly, just through being visible on social media, and just being so resourceful and giving back to the community. That's how I grow my business.
That's so important because especially when we're just starting our business, we think we have to go into paid advertisement. But really, what coached you and trained you on you do very well is generating leads organically and referrals, word
Yes.
of mouth referrals. And those are going to be really powerful for you the first stage of your business. I know you and I talked about this, but as you scale your business, then that's when you have more money coming in that you can reinvest into paid advertisements and things like that.
Mhm.
What other wins have you experienced in your business since you and I started working together that first year?
I would say 95% of all of my business are virtual online. I make sales across the country without even having to be there physically. One, due to technology, thanks to COVID for that. But it's also because of being visible. That saves a lot. That helps a lot for people to know me, trust me, follow me, and reach out to me, even to just conduct business over Zoom or virtually.
How long did it take after you and I started working together where you were finally like, I'm quitting my job? I still remember having this conversation, but how long did it take you before you're like, I'm quitting?
4 months.
4 months, 4 months working together.
Yes.
What did you feel like helped you really make that decision? What did you start to see in your business where you're like, wow, I can quit my job?
I learned how to prioritize and I believe in myself. When I show up for myself, I believe in myself. I see the results, and results only happen in the doing. Like
Yes.
Alala, you said.
I always say that.
Um,
Not looking for the doing. Yes.
to me, the biggest part is I truly have to invest in myself if I want change, if I want to get away from the things that it no longer serve me, and I truly want to fight for that change. Then I had to truly step out of my comfort zone, and I really had to set a deadline and go with it, knowing that I will always find my way. I will always have resources. I will always be able to navigate my way around. It's not like where if I quit my job, it's going to be the end of the world.
Yeah, you can always go back. I think that's so awesome that you share that because we think that oftentimes we need to have money and the sense of security, but it's really the confidence of that belief that says, hey, I'm going to make this work. And for whatever reason, doesn't, I can go back and always get a job. But to start my business and grow my business, I'm not always going to get that opportunity. Since you've exited, share with us some of the way your sales goals, like what's happened to you since then. I feel like in just a year, you're completely night and day. The person I knew that you were on the inside, I feel like she's inside out. She's emerging and disrupting her old shell and stepping into this new shell has really happened to you since you exited and finally bet on yourself and went all in on your business full time.
I start to think like a CEO. I started making my own decision. I started validating my decisions. I started to prioritize my work and make decision among those, especially finances. Place it as a married woman. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to spend however I want, but you truly have to be transparent about it. But when your mindset shift, and you shift from thinking as an employee mindset to a CEO mindset, you're able to make better communications and better decision about where you want to move your money around, how you're going to spend it. and even your projection of what the outcome is going to look like and go with those
Mhm.
decisions.
If you and I were not working together, how long do you think it would have taken you to get to where you are today?
I would say I may still be in corporate because it has to do a lot with your scarcity mindset. It's not about the money wise, but it's about the job security, the letting go, the traditions, the authority, or the stigma of I have it good. Why am I doing this to myself? I may not be able to step out of my comfort zone if I didn't work with you or didn't find you to give me the almost like the validations or that comfort knowing that, okay, I'm going to be in good hand if I let go of this. Elizabeth's going to walk me through. It's going to take some time. If I'm coachable, then I truly will get there.
That is so key, that accountability, that support, and knowing that someone's going to be there to guide you. You just got to release and let go of that fear to go all in. I think that's huge. What would you say is your biggest sales goal that you're most proud of that you can share that with us?
I would say March, it was my biggest one, all combined. I would say revenue wise, all of my business combined, I was making 17,000.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
huge, right? And one of the things that May and I talked about is how important it is to be seen, to be visible, because there is a direct correlation between visibility, conversations, and sales. When you think about just your journey over the last year of us working together, let's talk a little bit about you and I also working together for the database reactivation with the appointment booking done for you. What were some key takeaways from that? Now, before I have you answer that, I want to give some context. Basically, what May has created was she started to create and started to have a list, a contact list. One of the things that we did was we worked together to say, May, go ahead and give us that list. My team and I will nurture them. Let's figure out how to follow up with them, nurture them. And what my team and I did was we would book an appointment on your behalf, and all you had to do was to show up and take the sales call. No time or effort on yours besides cleaning up that list and handing it over to my team. You just had to show up and take that sales call. That's really what database reactivation can do. It is perfect for business owners that want more time back, that want to keep their pipeline full with booked appointments. I often hear that they don't have time to follow up. They don't know how to nurture. They don't know what to say. So that was something that May and I also worked together as well. What were some of the key insights and takeaways that you had from that experience?
To me, as you're growing your business, you need to outsource. As you're growing your business, you need
Yes.
tools and you can only do so much. And if you, as a business owner, if you don't focus on outsourcing, if you don't focus on leveraging other tools and systems and other services to help you take some of those tasks or burden off your plate, then you mainly will spend the majority of your time doing the admin, do the not that it's not important, but the work that doesn't produce, the work that doesn't bring in the money, but burns you out.
I can't tell you enough how many times I've worked with business owners where I said, it's not about whether or not you know how to do this. It's about getting to a point in your business where you're creating consistent income and sales before you start to feel burned out. That's the juggling act that we have there. What would you say to anybody who is a professional service based business owner like you, whether full time or really wanting to grow it from a side hustle to a full time business? What would you say to them who are considering working with me and my team, whether it's in the 12-month online business mentoring program or even hiring my team to do the done for you appointment booking and nurturing? What would you say to them?
First, for the booking appointments, I would say any business owner, if you truly wanting to take that admin work off your plates, if you truly want to nurture your clients and not just one-time transactions or spending money buying leads and hoping to make a sale, then connect with Elizabeth and check out her program and see what she may be able to do for you because she can make it specialized or tailored to be very specific to your need. For example, I wanted to test it on the life insurance. So the word that we used was a quote or an annual review. Elizabeth and her team will be able to help nurture that for you, book this appointment for you. And all you do is just make sure that you're not missing your appointment. Just make sure that you follow through. But once you get all of the information, her team, they take care of the rest for you.
I think this is really important, what May shared, but also for those that are watching, is that It's really about high touch, personalized conversation that you are doing to nurture your current list. This is not just spamming them and random messaging, but it's really being thoughtful about how do we start this conversation that is going to not have them opt out, but rather engaged back with us and want to book a call with us, because that's really the key here is that high touch, high personalization. Anything else that you would want to mention to anyone else that might be considering working with me in the appointment booking or the 12-month program?
I would say whether you are new in the business world or thinking about putting a idea together, reach out to Elizabeth because before I worked with her, I didn't even know what I want to do or how am I going to reach my financial goal or how am I going to strategize my business, even the contents, the wording. I love her first 90-day optimizations on your social media. It totally changed the way I show up on social media. It changed the way I show up for myself. It changed the way I speak about myself. That's the first step that take me to the next level. If you are unsure what to do and you're struggling and you're unsure where to go, where to find the resources, instead of buying courses or paying different fees for different services, Elizabeth kind of have everything all in one place for you. Whether that's to optimize your social media, whether that's one-on-one coaching, whether that's to do a business planning together or technology and resources.
I want you to know that May's doing such an amazing job with her social media that she's even got other agents following her, trying to model what she's doing. That's pretty awesome. May, as we begin to wrap up, is there anything else that you want to share? Any last wisdom or advice you would love to give for anybody that's watching this?
The only thing I would say is if you don't know, it's okay to say, I don't know. And if you need help, it's okay to ask for help. Every single successful entrepreneur, business owner, or successful people out there, they do have a coach. They do hire other people to help them. There is no shame because oftentimes we can only see what we can see and we only know what we know. You need somebody who can help you see from outside in because you do have your own blind spot. Having a person, whether it's a coach, a consultant, or hiring somebody, or having another partner to help you and guide you and hold you accountable and help you see the things that you are blind to and help you overcome those and consult with you, you will get to your goal so much quicker and faster than if you were to do it yourself. I, at one point, thought that I didn't need help. But like I say, I only know I know until I work with Elizabeth. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that you could do that. I only know so much. I do need somebody to help me and guide me and see from the outside end because I do have my own blind spot. I know all of you do have your own blind spot. If you feel stuck, reach out, whether it's with Elizabeth or anyone else out there. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to invest in yourself, to spend money on yourself, because whether you hire a coach or a consultant or you're working with a mentor, you either will grow personally or professionally.
I often say this to you and each of my clients is that you are the cause. Money, sales, and success is the effect. So if you are not investing in yourself, you will only grow in proportionate to what you know. So to me, like, we all have blind spots. We don't know what they are. And that's the power of working with coach or an expert to really help you see not only your blind spots, but really give you proven strategies, the proven path to get to where you want to be the quickest. May, as we begin to wrap up, if there's anybody that's interested in learning more about what you do and your program, how can they connect with you? What's the best way to connect?
But the best way to connect with me is to book an appointment with me. I can drop my calendar link and you can also follow me, my private group through social media.
Awesome. We're going to go ahead and have May's information available to this so that you can go ahead and connect with her as well. Thank you so much, May, for joining me today. I really appreciate you. I value you. And I'm so proud to see how you've really stepped onto your own stage with your purpose, your mission. And I'm really, really super proud of you. And I really appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
If you are leaving this episode feeling inspired to uplevel online and make happy sales happen, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Now go out and take those steps to build your legendary life.